Ray Will Johnson tried to warn them. He's a billionaire. Alright, bro. We gonna be reacting to some Patrick CC.
In 2012,
Yeah. What? What are we reacting to?
Damn, shut your big mouth up, bro.
You bitch ass nigga, I'm asking what you reacted to. Trying to help you out, dumb ass nigga. Yeah, quiet. Well, I like to hear.
You done fooled, bitch. Shut your ass up.
Shut up, fat ass.
Shut your big headed ass up.
Little stupid ass nigga.
Alright, bro. You can mute it. Still muted, dumbass. Like I was saying.
All I did was join on my PC, stupid ass.
Like I was saying.
Like I was saying.
We gonna be reacting to some Patrick CC. And this to do on TikTok. We'll be telling them stories and shit. About things in the world. Like murder mysteries type shit.
Ray William Johnson was the #1 most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, which sounds like a great accomplishment, but it made him a target. Ray was in a feud with a merciless, greedy, and borderline evil company that was actively trying to leech every last dollar from big and small YouTubers all over the world.
Who's this
Some
company?
of your favorite creators were victims: PewDiePie, Moist Critical,
Damn.
Philip DeFranco, just to name a few. The ironic part is that this company, dubbed Maker Studios, was founded by other popular YouTubers. They really be your own people. However, the true kingpin of the Maker Studios mob was a man called Danny Zappin, a federal convict who got out of prison and exploited the untapped goldmine of YouTube money. However, despite Ray's valiant efforts of exposing the evil tactics of Zappin's company, it wasn't enough. Maker Studios would go on to sell to Disney for over $500 million. This dream team, guided by the vision of a federal convict, got filthy stinking rich at the expense of hardworking YouTubers around the world. This is how they did it. YouTube launched in May of 2005. Danny Zappin, aka Danny Diamonds, was one of their early users because he was on house arrest with nothing to do but browse the internet all day. In 2000, Danny moved to Los Angeles to be an actor but failed. He claimed it's because he confronted Hollywood's gatekeepers after being denied multiple roles and they blacklisted him. Because of this, Zappin needed money, so he smuggled ecstasy, got caught, and was sentenced to 2
When we just talk about it, this nigga went from being a drug dealer, right? When he went from being an actor to a drug dealer to a YouTube star to a billionaire. High key, this nigga in his bag. High key.
Let's beat.
You said what, bro?
I was not listening to what you said just now.
Okay.
I'm back making a song, nigga.
2 years in prison.
And this nigga went from that to owning or to sell it a company for five man. For 500 beans, bro. Like, that's raw as hell.
Danny began uploading videos to sites like Crap TV before he was arrested, so YouTube was like a shiny new toy when he got out. YouTube gained 30,000 unique users a day after its beta release in May 2005, and by the time it officially released in December of that year, it would reach a combined 2 million total views a day, and by the following month, 25 million. Then YouTube reached its first 1 million viewed video, which was Brazilian soccer player Ronaldinho receiving his golden boots. In a feat of marketing genius, Nike uploaded the video under the alias Joe B, as if it was any other YouTube user instead of the multinational sneaker conglomerate. The advertising potential was looking extremely promising, which is why Google purchased YouTube for $1.65 billion within a year of their launch.
Damn.
With such potential for money to be made, not only did established companies get involved, but opportunistic creators as well. It's no secret that creators always have and always will be the foundation, the backbone of what makes this site. They acquired most of the YouTube giants: Epic Rap,
My name's Ariel.
memes, really bad tutorials. YouTube reached its extremely promising promising, which is why Google purchased YouTube for $1.65 billion within a year of their launch. With such potential for money to be made, not only did established companies get involved, but opportunistic creators as well. It's no secret that creators always have and
I'm sorry. I only know these two. I don't know no Lonely Girl 15. Alright. I don't know no Lonely Girl 15. I don't know who this is.
always will be the foundation.
Oh my gosh. He got some of the best skits like ever. Same with Smosh.
The backbone of what makes this site amazing.
Oh,
YouTube
man.
content in the early days
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why, bro. I used to fuck with them Fred movies like way back when I was little. When I was little, I used to fuck heavy on them Fred movies, bro. I'm telling y'all, them Fred movies hit.
consisted mostly of just things related to Club Penguin, classical music masterpieces, memes, really bad tutorials, more memes, and Soulja Boy. But sprinkled in there were creators who made skits, storytime videos, theories of the universe, news channels, and the first YouTube influencers were starting to gain millions of views on their videos. YouTube then launched their partner program that pays a percentage of the advertising revenue when ads are shown on their videos. Most creators at this time treated YouTube like a fun hobby and not a career path. However, people like Danny Zappin saw an opportunity that he knew he could exploit. Danny told a few other creators about his vision, his girlfriend Lisa Donovan, her brother Ben Donovan, as well as Shay Carl and Kasim G, who were all YouTubers. One night they all got together for a brainstorm session and laid the foundation for what would become Maker Studio.
Everything originally, the idea, we were all content creators and there are a few others, and the idea was if we could come together and share our audience and build an infrastructure, we could all scale and build a company, you know, to what it is today. And
I made videos, but I didn't know how to do other things. Like, I wasn't a great editor. I didn't know how to, like, you know, shoot things, and Maker gave me a place where all that was handled, and all I had to do was just try and be funny.
And that working together, you know, you can help one another, you know, and I think.
Okay, I see what's going on here. You know, if y'all seen, Mr. Beast talked about this. Like, he would have like a group of like YouTube friends. They would bounce YouTube ideas off each other, right? Help with things, teach, right? Learn, so they all grow. That's kind of like what happened here, right? But instead of like learning and teaching, they just had somebody else handle it for them, and they just sat there. So they kind of disconnected from what they were doing, but kind of not at the same time.
I think driving audience to one another and helping new talent that hadn't been established grow an audience, I think is really exciting. And
They essentially came up with the idea for a studio to share resources and talent, similar to Hollywood studios that have been around for 100 years. Danny thought this was revolutionary, but the idea was nothing special. Most people didn't know why we were founding Maker, and we couldn't get any of our actor friends to participate. The most popular YouTube content was low-quality webcam videos of people with simple ideas and a lot of personality. Why do they need a professional studio? Well, the answer was they didn't. And even 15 years later, many of your favorite creators today are just people in their room coming up with stuff. But Danny had a plan, and step one was to create a success story to prove this could work. Danny and the group launched a collaborative channel called The Station, which even included Shane Dawson, Philip DeFranco, and Hi, I'm Ron. Maker believed each of those stars could be used to direct fans to new artists, which inspired the company to build a network of affiliated channels. And they were right. They had immediate success with Hot Girls on Teen Cribs, amassing
What?
60 million views.
What's up, MTV? My name's Ariel. Welcome to my crib. Let me show you around. Meet my less attractive friend, Jasmine.
What the fuck? What the hell? Oh, this is comp entertainment, bro. This is what y'all find. Okay. Jasmine, really ugly friend, 16 years old. That is, first of all, Jasmine ain't 16. Alright, Jasmine 32. Alright, let me tell you something. Jasmine got 2 sons in college, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Jasmine is not 16, bro.
Super ugly, but don't hold it against her.
The station established an office space where they would connect during workdays to plan, shoot, and edit the content. They recruited more people to be a part of the team: Andrea's Choice, What a Day Derek, Cecily, the Fine Bros, who changed their channel to React, Michael Gallagher from Totally Sketch, Timothy De La Ghetto, the list goes on and on. Their main type of content were comedy sketches, similar to College Humor, but way worse.
I've been working at this bar for
Damn.
2 months now, and I gotta say, these people are really into their craft beers.
Can I get a Pooch Daddy Saison?
You guys got any Blue Caboose barley wine?
One doppelganger doppelbock.
Hey, Teach, do you?
Do I what?
Do you? Splooge!
I would never!
You should. Splooge is the new
What
cool...
the?
Most of their humor was extremely low-hanging fruit, men dressing up as women, playing on racial stereotypes, and trying to make anything as sexual as possible. 99% of this content aged
Okay, bro.
terribly, but this was a time where the edgier you were on YouTube, the more views you could get.
We're here with two hot sluts on Abbott Kinney to see what they think about what's happening with the recession.
Danny Zappin was pretty much the only person at the station who wasn't on camera. That's because he was too busy figuring out how to get rich. Danny realized they had a money problem. They had a group of 20 or so creators with millions of subscribers, and they were generating tens of millions of views per month, but the ad revenue from the partner program wasn't enough. You see, the partner program in 2010 was not even close to what it is today. It was only available to a select group of very popular creators who had to apply and be accepted. But even those people weren't making significant money because the percentage split was terrible. The only way to make more money was to get more creators involved. But the studio only had so much space and employees to provide services to creators. This is where Danny's scheme began. Maker Studios formed a multi-channel network, or MCN. Instead of only working with the in-house creators at the station, Maker would try to discover talent all over the world and sign them to the network, in exchange for 20, 30, sometimes 40 or 50% of the creator's ad revenue. Keep in mind, YouTube would send the entire sum of the creator's revenue to the MCN. The MCN would take their cut out and send the rest back to the YouTuber. That's like your paycheck going directly to your landlord. He pays your rent and then sends you the rest. It's hard to understand why anyone would be willing to give up such a large percentage and control of their income. Most creators just didn't know how this business worked, and that's where Danny knew he could exploit it. However, Maker did provide some real value. First of all, Maker could get any channel who signed with them instantly monetized. The partner program was still limited access at this time, and Maker had direct connections with YouTube since it was comprised of the most popular creators. You also couldn't monetize gaming videos unless you had a partner network, because video game companies would copyright claim videos using game footage. Maker even had music label connections, and music creators could use copyright music or make covers without getting claimed. YouTube support was notoriously terrible, and still kind of is, but Maker would provide you with a dedicated team member to help you with all of your YouTube-related issues. You even needed to sign to an MCN just to make custom...
I want to talk about this. Right. That sounds so like... Oh no. For 50% though? For 50% revenue, is it worth it? Is it? Are y'all doing that? 50% of your bread, not your bread, but your ass get direct YouTube contact, copyright music, but you don't get copyright. Like you get a lot of like nice things. I don't know. I don't really. You feel me? I don't really. Yeah. But anyways.
Video thumbnails. By April of 2011, Maker signed 150 channels that generated 325 million views per month. One of their signees was the #1 most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, Ray William Johnson. Their roster was very impressive with Ray and many other top creators, but Maker still didn't have enough money. So Danny raised $1,524,999 from a venture capital firm called Graycroft Partners. And at this point, fans still had no idea how serious this operation was, because the station's content was still just as unhinged as ever. All of the creators that signed to Maker were free to be as creative as possible, so you couldn't really tell there was an infrastructure around it. That's probably because it was still operated by creators who genuinely were interested in making videos rather than making money. But Danny was not operating in the interest of fans. Maker Studios was not taken seriously by the entertainment industry, they weren't respected, and that bothered him. He needed to legitimize the company. YouTube was known for low quality content, which didn't excite investors.
I think the next stage that YouTube will eventually go to is what Netflix is doing. I think they'll step up and they'll start doing quality content and programming in the same manner. That's not just, Annoying Orange is huge and it's great, but the production value in a lot of it, and I'm not knocking them, but the production value on the majority of YouTube videos is not there. But I think once they step up to that next level, and I don't know what your plans are, but then yeah, it becomes its own network, just like Netflix and all these others that you're going to see popping up.
So Danny wanted to make their company as big and legit as possible. By mid-2012, they signed over 2,000 new channels and had viewership in the hundreds of millions. They leveled up from their previous makeshift office space to a now 40,000 square foot series of buildings in Culver City. They grew to 260 employees, a group that includes advertising sales, business development, and tech people. Maker tried to create animated series and shows that could be formed into movies, traditional television shows, merchandise, etc. But their most popular signees were still just regular YouTubers. Maker created what looked like a very successful production studio with multiple different departments servicing their clients, when in reality, it wasn't being put to use. And out of desperation, Danny Zappin made a critical error. Most of Maker's money was coming from their top few creators. Ray William Johnson was their cash cow. Danny approached Ray and said Maker needed a bigger cut of revenue from his online show, Equals 3. He asked Ray to renegotiate their existing contract 8 months prior to its expiration. Ray said, the terms were incredibly aggressive. They wanted 40% of my YouTube channel's AdSense revenue after production costs, and more importantly, they wanted 50% of the show's intellectual property in perpetuity. In perpetuity means forever. He refused the new terms of the contract. Maker Studio took offense to his refusal, so they threatened to shut down his projects. When I politely refused their deal, as it was not in my best interest, they became increasingly aggressive. Negotiations quickly became a bizarre pissing contest between the heads at Maker Studios and myself, and I wouldn't hand over my intellectual property, and they wouldn't stop aggressively trying to get me to sign it over to them. On top of that, Ray claimed that they would not give him any of his AdSense money, because remember, it all goes to the MCN before the creator.
Now in the near future, Equals 3 will no longer be part of the Maker Studios network, so I'm gonna film here for a while. Even if I don't have the proper equipment at home, you know what? Even if I have to film butt naked in a back alley, you guys are getting an episode, goddammit.
After Ray William Johnson announced his departure, Maker Studios released a petty public statement. Ray is still part of the Maker network. However, with the recent decline in viewership on Equals 3, it made sense for him to go back to producing the show himself. Maker providing a full production staff of 12 people, including a team of writers, was no longer a viable option for Equals 3. Ray vehemently denies that he ever had 12 people and writers working on his show, nor was his viewership declining. This led to a meeting to resolve the issue, where the CEO promised to return Ray's YouTube AdSense account to him. However, that never happened. They haven't made reasonable attempts to give it back to me. They are now even trying to leverage my own AdSense account against me so that I will sign over all your favorite Martians' intellectual property, void my stock options in the company, and sign a confidentiality agreement to never tell the truth. We wouldn't know about this hostage situation if Ray didn't post all of the information in an article published by New Media Rockstars.
I just realized something. I have a whole basement that I can really just make my song in. Why I gotta sit in my room?
Well, you choose to be slow.
Like I'm over slow.
What you making it on? BandLab?
Oh, BandLab, yeah.
Fucking nerd.
And then the acoustics in my basement is amazing, so I could really go down there.
Bro, how would you feel though? Like, how would you feel if your ass signed with a YouTube company and they told your ass give us 50% of your money?
I'd be mad as fuck.
I'm saying, and then like, cause they get your paychecks for you, they don't give you your money, cause you won't give them 50% of it. That's crazy.
Then on top of that, taxes.
Saying they be taxing like a motherfucker, and this is before production. Is what he said? Yeah, before production. No, after production.
That shit, nigga, that shit would suck.
Heavily, and this was back when YouTube ain't pay shit. Your ass was.
Yeah, I'd be mad as hell.
Ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'd be a little tight too. I have to get the RPG out.
Oh, bro.
And Brody.
Danny Zappin was a convicted
I
felon,
had to,
and that he was waiting for his...
send them a little message.
I got a certain set of skills. Type message.
Yeah, that type message.
I'm on that type of time though. Why you hold my bread hostage? How I'm gonna pay my bills?
Bro, like, You're holding my bread hostage. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to beat your ass. I'm gonna have to Cause no, cause they already know I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah.
So if they know I have a certain set of skills, why are they trying to test my certain set of skills?
They just want to make sure you still got it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm finna get back to this video. He cooking.
Criminal record to be expunged so that he could officially become CEO of Maker. The ex-con texted Ray at 1 a.m. and said, "Your lack of integrity and character are sad. You prepare for war, bitch." Ray tweeted that nasty text that Danny sent to him, and then Shane Dawson replied with, "I got the same text 3 years ago. Oh, YouTube." Which is interesting since Shane Dawson was a part of the original The Studio crew, then seemingly disappeared. Philip DeFranco said, "There's a theme here," seemingly hinting that he has had the same beef with Danny Zappin. Then the Fine Bros also implied the same thing. Kasim G seemed annoyed at Phil for speaking up. "Philly D, you feeling okay?" Kasim G, "Just wondering how you and your guys can sweep this one under the rug." This was one of the first big pieces of drama that YouTube had seen. Shay Carl immediately defended Danny.
We're not the type of people that is going to try to like keep money from somebody or hold Ray William Johnson's AdSense account hostage. That is definitely not our intention, and that's not Danny Diamond's intention, and that's not Maker Studios' intention. I am proud to be part of Maker Studios. Maker Studios has done a lot for a lot of YouTubers. They have made it possible for over 350 people to earn a living in this YouTube space. People like my brother and my sister have medical benefits because of Maker Studios, because of people like Danny Diamond.
You only have those benefits because you're scamming the little YouTubers to provide for the big YouTubers so they can eventually scam the big YouTubers. Like, it's a whole lot of scamming going on. A whole lot of shady business.
And, a lot of YouTubers,
shady business
countless
going on.
YouTubers would not be where they're at today, me included, me especially, if it was.
Okay, so what you're saying is Maker Studio made you, right, to take your money and give you healthcare. Okay, bro. Cool. I just want to understand.
Danny Diamond's idea and passion for this company.
It's no surprise that Kasim and Shay rushed to defend Danny, as they were two original founders who were set to make a ton of money during the sale of Maker, whereas Ray, Shane, Philip, and the Fine Bros were not founders but the people who had the most clout that made Maker famous, and at that time were bringing in the views to boost the company's portfolio. Fans didn't know if they should support the creators who had nothing to gain by outing Danny, or support the creators who founded the company set to make millions of dollars. Because in the middle of this drama, Time Warner acquired a % stake in the company for $36 million in December of 2012, and other contributors like Canal Plus and Singtel have also provided $26 million, for a combined total of $61.4 million in capital raised for Maker. The company was now valued at a several $100 million. Danny Zappin successfully built his company to be the corporate enterprise he envisioned on house arrest. Now he wanted to take his money and run. In April of 2013,
oh my god, he's an idiot. Oh my god. You don't build that much bread up just to... Bro.
Danny Zappin asked to leave.
See, look, that's how you know you're doing bad business, though. That's really how you know. That's how you know you're doing bad business. If your immediate say, I think you got a desirable amount of I gotta go, bro. You're fucking up the business. Huh?
What happened?
Bro got his couple meal, and then he decided he want to dip out. Yeah.
The company, cash out his stocks, and receive 6 months of pay, but he was willing to stay on as an advisor.
Too bad they own
the
all
board
his
had a
money.
meeting and
Huh?
Too bad they got all his money.
You watched the video?
No.
authorized his departure, planning to replace
That's
him
what
with
happened.
Enon Kreis, a successful businessman in his own right. However, Danny very quickly changed his mind, demanding a senior executive role in order to save the company. When it was denied, that's when Maker board member Mark Suster claimed Zappin became hostile. Zappin would file a lawsuit against Maker and claim the now CEO Kreis, and the board hatched a plan to take away Zappin's power and shut him out of the company. I guess karma got the ex-convict badly. They gave him the same treatment that he gave Ray William Johnson 4 months earlier. But Danny made the right choice. He learned from his mistake as a failed drug dealer. You need to quit while you're at the top. Danny knew the MCN industry as a whole became worthless on April 12, 2012. YouTube opened their partner program to anyone in the top 20 countries that used the site. Now you no longer needed an MCN to be monetized. You didn't need an MCN to make custom thumbnails. They would not protect you from copyright claims even though they said they could. You don't need a fancy multi-million-dollar studio to produce videos in your bedroom. Maker had way too many creators signed to their network to provide services and support to all of them individually. So why would a creator sign to them? Well, because they were really good at lying. Today we have the benefit of hindsight. We know how many independent creators have built legitimate businesses through YouTube. We now know that YouTube is somewhat of a stable career path. It's not just some wacky hobby that only fringe kids do. In 2012, the future of YouTube was still unknown, so it was very easy for sales representatives at a big company like Maker to convince little old Patrick that he needs the backing of a major corporation. But they even convinced large creators to join. In December 2012, Maker was able to acquire the new #1 most subscribed and viewed YouTuber on the platform, PewDiePie. Once that happened, they acquired most of the YouTube giants. Epic Rap Battles of History, Tobuscus, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye to name a few. They quickly became the #1 MCN. By early 2014, they had over 55,000 signed creators to their network. But big creators like PewDiePie likely were not giving 10 to 40% of their ad revenue to Maker, especially amidst their bad press. Some creators gave Maker 0% of their ad revenue. And the reason Maker took 0% was more devious than you could imagine. The fact that MCNs received the entire ad revenue check from YouTube, then took a small percent or 0% before sending it to the creator was crucial for their business model. It makes their cash flow look insane. Maker's bank accounts were holding tens of hundreds of millions in cash. MCNs used these numbers to convince investors that YouTube was an untapped gold mine, and it was because of their content strategies. The other number they used to trick investors was views. By signing top talent, they were able to show how many views, aka advertisement potential, they were generating. Every all-hands meeting was led off with the number of views they were doing. 10 billion views, 11 billion, 12 billion. But the reason the views were growing was because the network kept growing and we were just adding more and more channels. Also, Maker did not technically own the content that creators like Markiplier and PewDiePie put out. It was riddled with copyright material and couldn't be sold to other platforms. Investors did not understand YouTube at all, but they couldn't ignore the money. In 2013, Maker generated $370 million in ad revenue, and $70 million of that was in direct sales. If you watch my previous video on Disney, then you know that in the mid-2010s, they were on fire with every aspect of their business, looking to take full control of every content medium in existence. They wanted to buy their way into YouTube, and in March of 2014, Disney acquired Maker Studios for $500 million, with the promise of up to $950 million if they met their targets. The final number ended up being $650 million. Original founders like Kasim G, Lisa Nova, and Shay Carl made a fortune.
This is gonna change our lives and the lives of my children forever. Forever. This will change my kid's life.
By trusting the vision of Danny Zappin, Shay Carl got filthy rich. He bought a multi-million-dollar compound in Idaho and still uploads consistent vlogs of him and his family enjoying the extraordinary wealth. When the original founders made this business, it was
It's like when they get away with a heist, like in a movie, type like devious. To me, this is what that watching this is what that feel like they got away with like a heist. Like they scam investors, cause investors like ain't nobody know what was going on with YouTube. They scammed Disney out of set 50 mil. It's whatever, but like damn, bro, like come on, bro, damn. Just gotta think about that shit. That shit tough.
It was a humble idea, but it quickly turned into a system to make the business way more successful than it was, so the stockholders could sell it and cash out, leaving someone else to handle the pile of trash. And Disney had to take out the trash. They quickly realized they bought a business built off lies. Disney didn't really do anything with Maker Studios. They thought all YouTube creators would just become Disney, Marvel, and Pixar marketing puppets, shoving Disney ads in young kids' faces in every YouTube video. And they honestly could have forced that, but they didn't. Maker executives complained of the slow integration process and that they didn't receive access to Disney's brand and intellectual property. They probably didn't want YouTubers destroying their IP. Out of desperation, Maker tried to introduce new channels such as Polaris by Maker, a gaming channel. They tried to revive the station YouTube channel with shows like Casual Sketch, Song Voyage, and Time Machine, starring Timothy DeLaGhetto and Ricky Shucks. But these shows lacked the personal connection needed to survive on YouTube. It felt corporate and soulless. Despite the downward trend, they kept signing creators into predatory contracts, forcing them to be trapped in a failing business. There are countless examples of creators expressing their resentment towards Maker and all other MCNs that have scammed them, but the best example can be explained by none other than Moist Critical.
And then Maker came along and said, hey, we'll offer you this contract. It was a 60-40 split, and at the time that sounded great to me. I've never had any way of contacting Maker. Their support line does absolutely fucking nothing. And if you don't have your channel manager there to be that bridge, then you just have no way of getting in touch with Maker. It would sometimes take up to 3 months to get one check from Maker. It was last year when my channel got disabled due to false copyright strikes. I could not contact Maker no matter what. I did everything possible to get in contact with them. A contract shouldn't auto-renew. You should have to sign off on it each time it tries to renew. Maker Studios is just so lazy, so unorganized, and just doesn't give a about any of the people in their network.
Insanely unfair money splits, terrible communication, no assistance with copyright, and automatically renewing contracts that creators cannot get out of. In a silver lining to a terrible situation, PewDiePie stepped in and saved the entirety of YouTube. His anti-Semitic joke and Nazi imagery had Maker immediately drop him from the network. Disney decided they could not take a risk on unpredictable YouTubers anymore. They cut support from over 60,000 YouTubers down to just 300. They rebranded Maker to Disney Digital Network, and now the MCN business is pretty much dead. It's hard to know if Danny knew this business would be a scam from the very beginning. It initially started out as a humble group of creators working together to achieve a
You think about it like that though, this nigga had a vision. No way you just think of exploits like that on the spot and how to fucking... Yo, he took advantage of people not knowing, right? People not knowing. He took advantage of people not knowing. He took advantage of small creators. Took advantage of the big creators. He tried to bully his way. He tried to bully his way into your pockets, bro. He didn't pay his creators. He sold Disney a dream. Literally, Disney got scammed. I believe, my personal opinion, that the reason Disney ain't want to integrate too fast, cause they seen some like offhanded stuff, and they was just trying to come up with ideas what that like can turn these YouTubers into Disney court, but they couldn't think of a way. I mean, think about it. That's why they cut so many YouTubers